Jakob Ingebrigtsen just made a huge call about the 5,000 meters. He has not raced in almost a year. Now he is stepping into one of the biggest races of his career, and he is not doing it the way anyone expected. What he just chose to skip is going to shock his fans. Here is the full story. For weeks, nobody knew if Ingebrigtsen would even show up at the European Championships in Birmingham. Then he posted something on Instagram. Just one line. He wrote, "I've heard Birmingham is nice this time of year." That was it. No details. No list of events. Just a hint. That single sentence set off a wave of confusion. Reporters in Norway could not get a straight answer. Even his own team was not totally sure at first what he meant. Was he racing? Was he still hurt? Nobody knew. Days later, the real answer came out. Jakob Ingebrigtsen is racing at the European Championships. But he only picked one event, not both events he usually runs. Just one. And the event he chose to skip is going to surprise you, because it is the race that built his entire career. We will get to exactly which one in a minute and why he made that call. But first, you need to understand what got him here, because this comeback is a lot bigger than one Instagram post. Jakob Ingebrigtsen is one of the best runners on the planet. 2 Olympic gold medals. At the last 3 European Championships in a row, he won double gold every single time in both of his main events. Nobody could touch him when he was healthy. Then his body stopped him. This same year, before the injury really took hold, he was still setting world records. He was still setting global records in some of the most famous distances in the sport. Then everything changed. Back in late January, he had surgery on his Achilles. That is the tendon behind your ankle. It controls every single step you take when you run. This surgery came after an injury that had already wrecked most of his 2025 season before that. Since the surgery, he has not raced one single time. No indoor races, no spring meets, no warm-up races, nothing at all. His last real race was at the World Championships in Tokyo last September, and it went badly. He got knocked out in the very first round of the 1,500 meters. He did not even reach the final. Then in the 5,000 meters final, he finished in 10th place. Not on the podium, not close to it. For a guy used to gold medals at almost every major meet, that result has been sitting there for almost a full year, unanswered. So now you know what he is walking away from. Now here is the part that should really surprise you. The event he picked for his comeback is the 5,000 meters. The event he is skipping for the first time in his entire career is the 1,500 meters. That is stunning if you know this sport. The 1,500 meters is the race that made him famous. He set a European record in it. He won Olympic gold in it as a young athlete. It has been his signature event his whole life. He has never once skipped it at a major championship. And right now, even though he is still qualified and eligible to run it, he is choosing to leave it alone completely. Why would he do that? Think about what each race actually demands from your body. The 1,500 meters is short and brutal. It comes down to a sprint in the final steps. That takes raw, explosive power in your legs. The kind of power that is hardest to trust when you just had surgery on your Achilles and have not raced in 11 months. The 5,000 meters is longer. There is more time to settle in and find a rhythm. It rewards strength over raw speed. For someone fighting back from a serious injury, one of these races is a far safer bet than the other. But here is the twist. Safer does not mean easy. The men's 5,000 meters at these championships has no early rounds. It goes straight to the final. In most championships, runners get a heat first, a smaller race to test their legs and shake off the nerves before it really counts. Ingebrigtsen does not get that here. His first hards back after everything he has been through is a straight-up final for a medal against the best in Europe. No practice round, no easing in. One shot on one night with everything on the line right away. And the field waiting for him is loaded. This is not some soft comeback race where he can find his feet quietly. The reigning 10,000 meter world champion and 5,000 meter bronze medalist Jimmy Gressier of France is entered. So is Isaac Kimeli of Belgium. So is Dominic Lobalu of Switzerland. While Ingebrigtsen was recovering from surgery and missing every meet, these three were racing all season long, building the exact kind of sharpness that only comes from real competition, week after week against real fields. Even European Athletics, the group running the event, asked the question straight up in their own preview: can Ingebrigtsen defy the odds? That is not how you normally talk about a two-time Olympic champion who has never lost at this championship. But that shows just how much doubt this long break has created. There is one more name tied to this story, and it makes things even more personal. Andreas Almgren of Sweden trained alongside Ingebrigtsen over the winter. While Ingebrigtsen was out hurt, Almgren shattered the European record in the 5,000 meters, running a time faster than Ingebrigtsen ever has in his entire career. Almgren is not racing the 5,000 meters in Birmingham. He moved up to the 10,000 meters instead. But the fact that his own training partner took his record while he was stuck on the sidelines says everything about how long this break really was. Now here is where the story gets even bigger, because Ingebrigtsen is not the only huge name missing from the 1,500 meters. Josh Kerr is out too. If you follow this sport, that name means something. Kerr is the 2023 world champion in the 1,500 meters. He has beaten Ingebrigtsen before at the very highest level in one of the most talked about upsets in years. But Kerr is not missing Birmingham because of injury. He made a choice. He built his whole season around the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, racing for Scotland in front of his home crowd. And it paid off. He came out of Glasgow as the new world record holder in the mile, and he won gold there too. Kerr picked one event over the other, and he said it himself. His exact words were, "I'm not someone that can do it all. You have to pick and choose your battles." So picture what this means for the 1,500 meters in Birmingham. Two of the biggest rivals in this event will not even be on the same start line. Fans have waited years to see these two race each other again, and it will not happen here. Not because of a head-to-head battle, just because two men on two different sides of the world both decided this was not their year for this race. Two separate decisions, made for two completely different reasons, ended up changing this race before it even started. That leaves the door wide open. Jake Wightman, the home favorite from Britain and the 2022 world champion, now has a real shot at gold with both of his toughest rivals gone. Racing in front of his own crowd, with no Ingebrigtsen and no Kerr in his way, this could be his best shot at a European title in years. Isaac Nader of Portugal, the current world champion in the 1,500 meters, becomes a much bigger favorite too, with two major threats out of the field. It is a strange kind of changing of the guard. It is not happening through a race at all. It is happening because two of the biggest stars in the sport made two separate choices for two different reasons, and both landed on skipping this event